Hi friends, did you ever want a pet? In our story today, the little boy wants a pet, but he doesn't get quite the pet he wants. The story is called Not Norman, a goldfish story. It's written by Kelly Bennett, she's the author, and it's illustrated by Noah Jones. That means he drew the pictures. There's the title page, Not Norman. I wonder what's wrapped up in the paper. Let's find out. When I got Norman, I didn't want to keep him. I wanted a different kind of pet. Not Norman. That must be Norman. This says, your fish and you. It must be his birthday. I see birthday hats and balloons, a noisemaker. I wanted a pet who could run and catch, like the dog catching a frisbee, I guess, or one who could climb trees and chase strings, a soft, furry pet to sleep on my bed at night. Not Norman. Oh, all the other kids are playing with their pets, and Norman just sits there with his owner. Oh, Norman does a swim around and around and around and around and around and around. This is it, Norman, I decide. I'm trading you for a good pet. Norman doesn't move. Not even a fin twitches. How can I trade him like this? No one will want a sorry-looking fish in a gunky bowl. So I get Norman a clean bowl. When I drop Norman into his nice clean bowl, he starts dipping and flipping, flapping his fins around. He looks so goofy, I have to laugh. He had a net, and he put Norman in a nice clean bowl. I see there was green in this bowl. Now it's clean. Don't think that just because you make me laugh, I'm going to keep you, I tell him. Tomorrow, you're out of here. Norman blows a stream of bubbles. Oh, look at all the funny animals. The next day, I take Norman to school with me. If I talk him up real good during show and tell, maybe someone will want him. On the way there, I see my friend Austin. Austin has a real cool dog and 7 puppies. Hey, want to swap one of your pups for Norman, I ask? Who's Norman? Ask Austin. My goldfish, I say. Oh, no. Look what Austin's dog is doing. He's drinking Norman's bowl. By the time I rescue Norman, half of his water is gone. Oh, dear. I'm sorry, I tell Norman when we get to school. I'm really sorry. He just stares at me, all googly-eyed. He was almost out of water. Finally, it's my turn for show and tell. Just as I start to talk about goldfish, Emily shouts, Jenny's gone! Who let my snake loose? Oh, no. Oh, the snake is gone. Does anyone hear the story of how I got Norman? Does anyone even ask to hold his bowl? No. They're all jumping and screaming and chasing the snake. Not Norman. He is looking right at me. Thanks for listening, I tell him. Even the teacher's really afraid. I wonder where that snake is. I hope he doesn't eat Norman. That afternoon, we go to my music lesson. As soon as it's over, I'm taking Norman back to the pet store. I take out my tuba and begin to play. Look how big a tuba is. I glance over at Norman. He's swaying back and forth. Glue, 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 glug, he mouths. Look, Norman's singing, I say. Pay attention, snaps Maestro, and try to play the proper notes. Boom, boom, ba, ba, boom, ba, bee. Uh-oh, must be hard to play the tuba, but Norman likes it. Maestro makes me stay for extra practice. By the time my lesson is over, it's too late to go to the pet store. Look, the moon is out. Don't think just because you like my music, I'm going to keep you, I tell Norman. He glugs. That night, I'm sound asleep when screech, screech. What's What's that noise? Scratch, scritch, screech! Was there something at the window? Then, out of the corner of my eye, I spot Norman! He's not scared. He isn't swimming around in circles either. He just glugs and gives me a little wave. I'm not alone. Together, Norman and I slide open the curtains. It's just a broken tree branch. Thanks for watching out for me, Norman. On Saturday, I take Norman to the pet store just like I said I would. I look at the cats and dogs and snakes and birds. I look at the hamsters and mice and lizards too. They all look like good pets, but they're not Norman. When I got Norman, I wasn't sure I wanted to keep him. But now, even if I could pick any pet in the whole world, I wouldn't trade him. Not Norman. Look, Norman. One amazing fish. And he's listening to the little boy play his tuba. I wonder if you'd like a pet like Norman. All pets are special. I hope you enjoyed this story.